Hey, 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 welcome back to another RSG Lunch Stream. I'm Ranger J 1999, your host and part of the RSG crew. Glad to have you guys here. If you're new and wondering what this is our lunch stream. This is what we do every Monday through Friday from 12 to whenever we get done, where we will answer your questions. We'll do a roster review. We're going to cover Grand Arena, all the stuff that you guys want us to do. It's all about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, and we're here to bring you something fun to listen to during your lunch break, whether it's live, listening to us now, or later on, whether you're listening to us on YouTube or downloading this as a podcast. It doesn't matter. It's all about just bringing you something fun to listen to, especially on a Manic Monday. Mondays are always the toughest, so hopefully this is something fun to bring you a giggle, make you laugh, give you some good Star Wars Galaxy Heroes information. With that being said, make sure you give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. Check out our Patreon if you'd like to become a Patreon supporter. You can. We have Super Chat set up in the chat, and we have our ACS stuff, which we will cover at the end. We are raising money for the American Cancer Society, so we are doing quite well with that. Almost at the end line, so we're getting close there. Let's introduce the two knuckleheads with me today. I got a lot of people out, but it's Monday. Everyone's busy. We've got, of course, Grim the Mechanic here.
How's it going?
And we've got, of course, Mr. Gingivitis, the soulless one, Stanley Red here as well.
Hey.
And Stanley is monitoring chat. He will be scooping up your questions. If you have questions, make sure you put those in chat. Make sure you put question in front of your statement, your question, so we can scoop it up. If you don't, we're not going to get it, and that's on you, not us. There you go. That's how it all works. So we're just going to have a little bit of fun. So let's talk about Grand Arena real quick. I lost my last match. It was boneheaded stuff on my part. We can go back and look at it. I got stuck on Revenant and I made some poor choices here. So what happened with this is my defense was fine. He had to use two teams. He was smart about it because he just had to get a certain amount of points. What happened with Revan is I went in there with my Revan team and it timed out. I did take out his Jolie. So what I did then is I went in there with my CLS team and saved my Traya team, which you can see won. I went back and did the Traya team one. Then I went back to the CLS team and figured, okay, I'll just use CLS to clean this out. Well, it didn't quite work out that way because I killed Yoda, but it ended up just being ugly. And they had turn meters, so they went first, so it really screwed me because they went right after my 3PO. Just bad RNG. There's nothing you can do about it. If you'd gone after anybody else, I would have been fine. But he was like, 3PO, death. I was like, oh no. And it's just the way it works out. So, lesson learned. You can see I cleared the south, but I just couldn't get past his Revan team. I tried a couple other combinations of stuff, but those three there with what I had left it was too hard. And you can see here, one lesson I also learned is that Palpatine on defense is a no-go. Mainly because, yeah, it took him 2 battles to beat it, but it doesn't regen health and protection. So, hindsight being 2020, I think I probably would use a different team than Palpatine on defense. I mean, it got me 2 defenses. This is pretty damn solid. Didn't even try to make your assault team. Up north, you can see that it took him 2 battles to beat my Bounty Hunter team. He did beat my First Order team, so he probably used JTR in there. And then the backline did well, too. I mean, I didn't expect anything out of the Maul team, but the Night Sister team got me 2 victories as well. So, defensively, it was fine. The problem is I should have cleared him, and I didn't because I just had bad RNG. And hindsight, I should have gone with the CLS team up here and taken out Traya, and then used my Traya team to finish out this Revan team. But I went in there with my CLS team. They had turned meter. They went first. I went after my 3PO, and then I was in trouble after that. I mean, I took out Yoda, but then I tried to beat Bastila, Kenobi, and Revan, but just too difficult. Too many calls and assists and too much just protection and stuff coming back. So, there you go. That was kind of a recap of what happened. But we'll go back with us in our defense today. We'll look at who we're facing, and then we'll just take it from there. So, there you go. And then the big thing is, I don't know if Finn's going to be showing his match. He's fighting Van Cell. Finn's got a lot of crap going on, so I don't know if he's going to show it or not. But we'll see. So people have been asking me that. Don't ask me, ask Finn. I don't know. So I'm not him. So that's a recap. But people are really liking the videos, whether I win or lose, because it's giving them ideas, it's showing them what can happen, how you want to go about doing it and stuff. So we'll set our defense, we'll preview our guy after we do the roster review, and then we should be good to go. All right, so let's get into our roster review today. Let me flip it over.
But yeah, I think part of what it is it's showing people what teams actually work in Grand Arena as well. And that's what I'm enjoying about it is it's showing me stuff. Hey, I never would have thought about using that team.
Yeah, when I was doing the Revan match, I waited too late to go through Jolie because I went after the Revan first and did it. They went after my Yodo, and I should have gone after Jolie faster. I didn't. I kept trying to take out Revan and force the rest from Jolie, but I should have gone after Jolie after I had already gotten the savior done. So you can go back and you can look at stuff. I mean, typically 95% of the time I'm going to beat the Revan matches. I went first, but I did have a couple dodges and stuff. I was like, wait a minute. I had some RNG. I'm like, but it's just the way it works out. Revan mirror matches, it can happen. So hindsight's 2020, but it's a good learning tool for everybody out there. All right, let's get into this. Today we're doing Atomic Fish's profile. They're in Team Scuck _ Quebec. So Canadian, eh? Hey, how about that, eh? Don't know what's going on with his fleet. It's kind of funky looking. I don't know what that is. He's doing quite well in fleet.
That's GG screwing up.
Yeah, that's GG doing
it's
stuff. Struggling a little bit with his Revan team. We're going to look at that, but let's see what he wants. Tom Fist says, general review, been playing the game since November 2016. I've put money here and there, but mostly free to play. Actual farming old Republican ships, sure. Planning to finish my Sith in First Order, then Resistance. I'm not activating or adding stars to characters unless I'm ready to gear them because of GA matchup system. I did star upgrade for platoon though. Okay, makes sense. Stars are not a problem. I mean, if you want to keep them level 1 and have 7 stars, I don't care. So, all right, let's look at this roster here. I want to look at his arena team. Why is he struggling so much? Let's look at his Revan. Then we're going to start going through his roster. Speed on Revan is fine. Man, why are you struggling so much, bro?
312 speed on Revan. That's nice.
Really good. You should be top 10 easily with that.
Let's see his Yoda 6.3.
That's more than enough.
Offense.
Hey, we can go back to yeah.
If I remember correctly, you don't need Yoda to be fast, right?
Mine's not fast. Kenobi looks good. Jeez.
Oh, it might be he's not in the shard chat.
I don't think that's the case. I really don't. Because
he's got a really good Revan team.
He shouldn't be dropping that much with a 312 speed Revan. Kenobi needs more protection. I can tell you that much right now. Your Jolie is fine. Kenobi needs some more protection. You've got defense and health. I mean, he only has 52,000. You probably want him around 70,000 protection. I'd get rid of that. If you can put a protection circle on, maybe a protection triangle, be better. I like to have mine with tons of protection and stuff. It seems to do pretty damn well for me. But I mean, you put a ton of defense on there, so for what you lack in protection, you're making up with defense. But I don't trust defense as a stat. I just don't. So, but yeah, that's really strange that he's not doing better in arena with that kind of modding and that kind of team. Unless he's not doing a lot of battles in the day, which I can understand. If that's the case, Atomic Fish, let us know. I mean, if you're just doing a few battles,
doing the minimum.
Yeah, doing the minimums, doing your 2 battles and stuff, which is fine. If it's not a big priority, that's fine. But I would say with you having Revan in the team that you have, you want to climb as high as possible because it's about crystal income. Why get 150 crystals when you can get 250, 300, up the chain? So, some questions about that. So if you want to let us know, please do. I don't know if you're in chat. I don't see him in chat, but yeah, that's really baffling to me. Like, I mean, his arena team is really good. So I'm surprised that he's dropping. He should
be top 10 with this team.
Yeah, easily. I don't. Yeah.
The yodeling pickle is back.
Hey, it should sponsor me as much as I show that damn thing.
We might want to contact those guys and be like, "Oh, we're promoting you guys every time we do a roster review.
Pay me my money."
Put it on the wish list.
No, let's not.
Ah,
So he says he's currently farming Old Republic, so let's see how that's going. Going very, very well. Bastla's done. Candace is done. Working on Karth and Chihani. So, yeah, looks fine there. I have no problem with what you're farming because looking at your rest of your roster, it's pretty solid. He said then finish Sith and First Order. So let's look at your Sith and your First Order. Let's see how your Sith are doing. I mean, no Zetas on Cyan or Treya. Now, I don't know if you're hoarding, waiting for... Okay, Tom says he does 5 battles almost every day. Okay, that's really weird, Atomic Fish. I don't know why you're... 312 speed.
We might need to get together after the stream in Discord so you can explain how your battles are going, your mirror battles
Are
are
you
going.
losing a lot of battles? Are you just not able to climb? I mean, you should be at that, able to climb higher with that team, Atomic. So if you can let us know, I mean, that's a little baffling to us because when I see a 312 on his rev, it's like, you should be doing pretty well. I mean, you are in an old shard like I am. I get it. A lot of those guys that I've been playing with since the game launched, I mean, it's I gotta stay on my toes because if you slack off a little bit, you'll drop because their mods and stuff are really good and they're constantly active. So, but we'll figure that out. Yeah, Treya, it's gear 12. She needs her Zeta. You're pretty much, you said you're working on that. I mean, that's really what I see when I see your Sith team.
I don't know. I'd say you'd want to do the Sith team because that's a team that is good everywhere. It'll more than likely always be good everywhere.
Yeah.
At least double Zeta on Treya.
Yeah, Scion needs a Zeta. I mean, you don't have to, but it's really, really, really good. I have it. Treya too. So that kind of sticks out to me. Then you said you wanted to go to First Order. I mean, really, it's just Zetas for your team. I mean, you want to take Palpatine to 12.5, but the others are geared. I mean, you can keep working on gearing Sith Trooper, but it's really a Zeta thing on that team. First Order, you need the other Zeta on Kylo. Stormtrooper, you need to get up gear wise. You need the Zeta on him. First Order looks pretty solid. It's just really, this is just rounding up for you.
Yeah, I'm impressed. His special forces TIE Fighter pilot.
All right, so Tom Fish is saying losing like 2 out of 5 on attack and lose 20 plus rank every day. Wow. Okay. Then we've got to see how you're doing on your attacks. I mean, if you go first, I always go after Revan. It's game over by that point. They lose almost all the time. Unless it's like my Grand Arena and I'm live.
Well, here's a question: are you doing the big jump with every attack hitting the person in the slot? The best one to go for.
Yeah.
Because if you're only hitting a dude that's like one slot above you, that's gonna make your climbing a little bit rough.
Yeah, I have to see some matches.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to climb every day. So when I climb, I know I'm going to drop. I mean, the guys that are the top 20 are really, really good. But we have a shard payout, so I usually drop 19, 18, 24. Like today, I'm 24. My payout's 2 today, so I only need 5 battles. But some days where I've dropped into the 30s, it happens. Right, I have to do a refresh. It's just I can only jump so many spots, right? Like I say, if I'm taking one, like yesterday, I started at like 30 something, and then I was taking one, so I did my 5 jumps. I got to like 5. I had to use a refresh, but I'm still getting 450 crystals from it, so I don't really mind. Plus, I get 50 crystals from Fleet every day, so I still got my 500 crystals. So. Yeah, I'd have to see what you're doing on your attacks, Atomic Fish, because
that's puzzling. He even when you lose battle, 3 out of 5, you should be climbing. But he says he's plummeting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the plummeting thing there's not much you can do about it, right? Especially in an older shard where anybody can beat everybody. You know, it's just the way it is. There's not much you can do about it. But Hideous does make a point. If you need to climb it to get to the top 10 and be there consistently, I mean, think about it this way. If you can get in the top, let's say you're at where you're, say you're 50. That's 100, or 51. That's 100 crystals, whatever. But let's say you do your 5 battles and you get to like 22, right? You're at the 150 mark. Well, if you can spend 50 crystals and drop and get into the top 20, you've already made that back up because now you're at 200. Then if you can get into the top 10, you've actually made 100 because now you're at 250. You spent 50, now you're 200 plus on your crystal income. And then if you get into the top 5, even at number 5 at 350, you've made 300 crystals from that one spend of 50. So it's a way to do it. You know, you may have to be more aggressive. You can do Jolie first. I would say Tom Fish. So here's the thing: a lot of people gear their Jolie and stuff. So what I like to do is I will go after Revan first. You should go after then attack Jolie right afterwards. Burn Revan. Plus, it slows his mark down on you. If you can go first before your Revan, then before their Revan, then they can't mark. They can't do anything. Burn the Revan down. Make him use Savior. And then you can go right to Jolie. He can't use Savior. And you save all your big stuff for Jolie and then burn his ass down. If you go second, then it kind of depends on who they go after. If they go after, say, my Revan, then, you know, I'm just doing big hits on Yoda just to get him down. If they go after my Jolie, then I'm going after their Jolie. You know, so it depends on who gets marked if they go first. So there's some strategy involved with it and stuff. So, but First Order looks great. Really, your team, when I'm looking at it in your roster, it's really solid. Resistance. Let's see. Let's look at your resistance.
Yeah, there's very, very little fluff in this roster.
No,
it's
resistance looks fine too. Really, I mean, you don't. Resistance is fine. Good lord, you don't need to do anything. Poe, you can work on Poe, but I mean, you got Zetas and everything. Resistance is totally fine. But yeah, just looking at your roster in general, I mean, jeez, this is a really good roster. I can tell already. Your modding's fine. I'm not seeing anything in your modding. You know, the teams that we just talked about, Sith and First Order, just are Zetas and some gear. It's not farming. I mean, you're farming the old Republic characters for the new upcoming character, which is totally fine. What you're working on is totally fine. I don't have any problem with that whatsoever. So, yeah, I think you're in a really good spot. We just got to figure out how to get you higher in Arena. You're doing fine at Ship Arena. We don't even need to cover that. So, the good news is you're getting a lot of crystals out of your ship, being that you're in the top, right? The other thing is, if we can get you higher in Arena, that's even more crystals, and that's just setting you up to get stuff done faster. I mean, if you can get, hell, top 20 with what you're getting in ships, that's 700 something crystals a day. I think, no, let's see, that would be 100. Yeah, if we can get you top 10, yeah, that's 200 plus 5. Yeah, so roughly around 700 crystals a day at the minimum. That's kind of what you want to shoot for. So yeah, brother, let's look at your mods real quick. I don't think I'm going to see anything that sticks out, but I mean, there's nothing in what I looked at your roster that sticks out in any form or capacity or anything like that. It looks really solid. Let's check speed, apply filters. I mean, mods look great. Look at this, all gold. Let's go down to the page. Secondary speeds, they're 10 plus. I mean, there's some slicing you can do here for some of these mods, but I'm sure you already know that. But none of the mods I see on anybody really makes me go, okay, no. I mean, they're on your PvP team. They're on characters that I would have those kind of mods on. I'm not seeing anything. So, really, Tom, we got to figure out just what we need to do to get you squared away for Arena, brother.
Yeah, maybe making his Kenobi less squishy, more tanky
might
more
help.
protection.
Yeah, more protection.
That might help.
Kenobi.
But also, you might want to look into trying to find your shard chat and joining that. That might be what's causing you to drop so far, as they might be like, oh, hey, this dude's getting into payouts that he shouldn't be in, and he's not in the
No,
shard chat, so we're bumping him out.
that doesn't really apply until you start
But
getting into like the top 20 or even the top 10. I mean,
I mean,
really, when you're in my experience from 20 to 50 is just a free for all. So
okay.
staying out of there makes a big difference, and he should be able to do that. But um, people that are climbing are going to look for easy attacks at the best they can, or they're just max jumping. But if you can consistently stay top 10, top 5, you're not going to drop that much. Even if you get hit 3 or 4 times, it's still, you start your day off in the 20s. You know, one attack, you're already in the 200 crystal payout. You know, you do your 5 from the 20s, you're going to get top 5. You know, let's say you go 26 to 20, 20 to 14, 14 to 9, 9 to 5, 5 to 1. You know, it's that simple. So, uh, but Atomic, if you want to record, I don't know if you can, a battle or two of how you attack Revan and stuff, that might help me get a better sense of if I can see if you're attacking something wrong. So if you're able just to record battles and send it to me or Finn, we can kind of look at what you're doing, and maybe give you some pointers and stuff, for attacking Revan. I usually don't do PvP battles. Maybe once in a while I will, but usually there's people climbing at this time for me. So when I look, I always look and I'm like, no, I can't attack him yet. So that's the thing about Shard. You have to kind of time your attacks are, because you're letting people before you get their payout. So I'll say a lot of times I can't do anything because there's people that I know that are climbing. So I'll wait till they move and stuff. Now, if there's someone in front of me that I already know how to pay out, then I'll move up. But typically, the people around this time that are getting payouts for me are moving, and I'll sit wherever I'm at and like rock and roll.
Oh, he says he'll do some vids on it. Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll help us out tremendously. I kind of want to see how you're approaching your attacks and stuff. Um,
It
just
might entirely be kill order too.
it could totally be kill
No.
order. So, but that's one thing you have to know with the mirror matches is that you have to know who to kill. It was no different than when we had Trey mirror matches. You know, you have to know who to kill, when to kill, how to kill, based off what the AI does. The AI is stupid, but if you do dumb things, then the AI is going to jump all over you. And sometimes you just bad RNG. There's nothing you can do about it. You know, the AI is on it like a blue bonnet, and you're just like crap, or you're attacking, you're like dodge. No, I mean that happens to me in ships too, where it's like dodge really on a target locked ship, and you just basically screwed me. You know.
Yeah, that awkward moment when Houndstooth dodges your big hit, and you go, "Wait a second, what? How?"
Mm-hmm. Um. Okay. So that's your roster review, Atomic. I'm thoroughly impressed with your roster. I mean, you just look at your characters. So you have gear 12. I mean, for your GP is what? Let's see, GP 3.2,
3.2.
and you're
Yeah.
at this level. Yeah, brother, you should be doing way better in arena. There is no way that you should be that low with a 3.2 million GP. I mean, well, your shard is older, but you're doing great in fleet. You're doing great. We just got to get you a little bit higher. I'm pretty positive we should be able to get you into the top 20. No problem. But yeah, send us those vids, and we'll get you squared away, brother. Because that's the only thing I'm seeing is why are you dropping so low? If you're doing 5 battles but you're losing 2 of them, that means you're only really climbing 3. Um, so yeah, we're gonna have to take a look at that. So send us some of those videos, and then I'll take a look at them, or you can send them to Finn. It doesn't matter. Just send them to me or him, and we can look at those and give you some pointers, and I'll be more than glad to do that. Because really, the rest of your roster's fine. Your Sith, the ones you mentioned, you've already got them squared away. You just need some Zetas and some gear. That's it. You're in that round off stage for those teams, and you're farming who you need to farm. The pillars are done. I don't have any problem with this roster. It's fantastic, and you're doing fantastic in ships. So at least you have that crystal income coming in. I'm good to go. So if you would like a roster review, all you need to do is send your GG page to Dr. Finn Medicine Woman, Finity, in the Discord. Make sure you write a little brief synopsis of what you want us to look at. Make sure he responds and says that you are in the queue. If he doesn't give him, send it. If he doesn't respond within 24 hours, just send him another message, and he will make sure you're in the queue. And when it comes time to your roster review, we will actually give you a heads up ahead of time, and we will get you squared away. So there we go. All right, so keep those questions coming in, Stanley, scooping them up. Let's get back into the game. Talk Fist, great roster. Just great roster. We're going to get you squared away, bro.
Yeah, very nice roster. Keep doing what you're doing. Stay focused.
Yeah.
No fluff is always good.
Yeah, no fluff on that whatsoever. That is
and this is coming from a dude that has nothing but fluff.
Yeah.
So, which you will see if you donate to Tiltify and get my roster roasted.
Fluffy. Oh, don't worry, Graham. If we don't hit that benchmark, I'm personally doing your roster review. It will happen. All right, so today I'm going to be facing John. I don't know what guild he's in or anything like that, but actually I want to go to event rewards. I want to look at this roster. Again, we always want to look at our rosters for who we're facing. So he's got a Revan team. Don't really care about fleet because it's not a part of this right now, so let's check his inventory. So I will always go with first thing I always check is speed.
Check that Revan.
Yeah, check the speed. Wait, what? Wait, what? What is Revan doing down here? Stats. Wait, what's his speed? 207? Oh my god, what? No! Oh no! What is this? No! John, no! Come on! Oh no.
You need like 100 more speed than that at least.
Oh god! Oh no.
Wow.
Does
he have mods on him? Oh, he does.
Yes.
Okay. But wow.
Let's just go by teams. I just want to look at his teams, bounty hunters. No Bosk. Oh no. Oh no, John! If you are watching this, if you ever watch this, everybody knows who this guy is. Please have him submit a roster review.
Why is his Sidious faster than?
I don't on first order. First order's not bad. It's not great. Imperial Troopers. Okay, Troopers are solid. Night Sisters. They're solid. Resistance. Solid. I'm sure those will be solid. Rebel. Solid.
Yeah, Do Jason has a good point. This guy might not have have mod depth for his roster, so
he does have mod depth for his. I mean,
Revan.
I mean, his BB-8. What's his speed on his BB-8? 264. Okay, that's his fastest tune.
What was his speed on his Sidious?
Oh no, Thrawn! No, oh my god, 208. Oh no. Oh no. Wait, how was his Sidious? I don't even want to look. Oh my god, no.
Because he was higher than a lot of.
223. Yeah. Oh jeez.
Wow.
I mean, he has the pieces. I mean, he really does, but the pieces he has, even though they're gear 12, I mean, his Sith, I'm afraid to look at his Sith. No Treya. Oh, no. He has nothing to beat me on offense. He has nothing. He cannot beat me.
Revan in the first thing, and he'll be hitting his head against his phone for a while.
All right. Let me check his GP again, because this is a totally fluff GP.
4.8, 4.08.
He's got higher GP than me by 5,000, and oh no.
It's probably because of the ships or something, isn't it?
No, his Thrawn's only 208. It is not a ship thing, brother.
No, I mean like as far as GP is concerned.
It could be. I mean, let's look at his ships. No, it's not his ships. I have the same ships. I mean, he has Emperor Shuttle, but nothing else. He doesn't have Falcon. No, it's not ships. This is straight fluff GP on his characters. We go back to his inventory and just go by. I mean, look at the bottom of his roster here. Everything is 75 or above, but all the characters that he has above, right? So this is a big no-no. These characters that you're not using that you take to 85 is a waste of GP. It really is. Look at that. Just, too much fluff GP. Even Mob Enforcer. So if you look at mine, I'm the same GP level as him. But if you look at my bottom, I take them to 50 for mods, but you can see they're 50 and there may be stars on them, but there's not a lot of fluff GP on here. I don't fluff my GP. So
yeah, if he's not going to finish all those characters, why is he getting them all the way to 85?
Oh no. Yeah, John, please.
Looks like somebody needs to watch the show.
Yes, please, for that. Please, John, I want to help you, but this is competitive, so let's see. Defense. I mean, I'm just going to put Revan down, and then my regular defense, he's not going to
do Revan in the top, Trey in the bottom, and he probably won't be able to beat either of those. He won't get past your front line.
That's pretty... That sucks. Oh, well. Yeah. I'm not even going to put Bastion on there. I'm going to go with... you know what? I'll put Plo Koon in here just for giggles, man. Hi, Plo Koon. Where are you? There. God.
Right, Rock. Ranger, you're supposed to set defense, not give your opponent a roster review.
I can't help it, man. That breaks my heart. I don't want to just win because I'm just... Oh, God. You cannot look at something like this and just be like, okay. Yeah. I mean, seriously, because I do hope he watches this. You know, I mean, honestly, I do. So we'll put Plo Koon in there. We'll save Bassa for offense. Oh, Jesus. Who else I want to put over here? Let's just put the Cure Squad. Actually, let's put First Order. Because he probably uses JTR there, but he'll be like... Alright, and then down south... This is not even right. I mean, I'll leave Nest in the Treya team. I mean, good lord. But I'm not going to do that. We'll go Fallen Bastila. I mean, I'm glad he got a win. At least. Cure Squad. Let's see where you're at. Where's my Cure Stall team? There it is.
Yeah, I've been noticing the more and more GAs I've been going through, the more and more people I see that have fluffed rosters, right? I mean, my roster is pretty darn fluffed, but at least I have Treya, you know, and some of the other stuff. But most of the guys I'm facing do not have Treya and do not have Revan.
Jesus. We'll set bounty hunters. I'm not even going to go full Jango Fett bounty hunters. Set that. And then I don't really care what. He's not getting past that squad, so let's just go Phoenix. Actually. Go Phoenix. Do it. Because I don't care. And keep Ezra for offense. There you go. Have fun, buddy. Good lord. All right. So there you go. He is not beating that. He's not beating my Revan. He could beat my crew with his JTR. He may even use a CLS to beat my Kira squad team, but if he puts those on defense, then he's really not beating me at all. So he's going to have to use those teams to beat it. He's not beating my Treya. He is not beating my Thrawn or my Revan team. And even if he gets to the back line, he's not beating my Night Sisters or my Bounty Hunters. So, oi. So, God bless America. That's just brutal. Okay, all right. So we'll show that tomorrow during the lunch stream. I'll do my battles and kick ass. So if he wants to put his Revan on defense, good luck, buddy. But you never know. But that still leaves me JTR, leaves my Palpatine, leaves me with CLS, leaves me with Finn, leaves me with my troopers, leaves me with a bunch of stuff. So I'm not too worried about it. We'll clear up north, and that should be enough to win. So we'll see. All right, let's get to some questions then, Sanley.
The Axeman question: what is the best second-tier team to use against Ewoks in 5v5 Grand Arena without being one of the premium teams?
Troopers. If your troopers go first, depending on their lineup, their troopers eat Ewoks alive. You don't need a meta team to beat Ewoks. One, because the AI does stupid stuff with it, but the Veersley gives speed, so if you can get your Stark near in the 260s, 270s, you're going to outspeed the Ewoks. But you got to make sure you do, because if your troopers can go before their Ewoks, it's over. Because the troopers are going to go first. They're going to do all their buffs and AoEs, and they're going to just decimate the living snot out of the Ewoks. 9 times out of 10, that's what happens. Now, if the Ewoks get a chance to outspeed you, then you're in trouble, because they can start doing stuff with days and things, depending on who they have in there, like with Paplu and stuff like that. So, but Troopers is a good one. What do you think, Grim? What's another team that could easily beat the Ewoks? I mean, if they don't have any kind of days going on there, hell, just send in Nest. I've 5v1 Nest before with the Ewoks. Didn't have any kind of days on there, so I'm like, okay, win.
Night Sisters work really well against them.
Night Sisters work really well.
The Murder Bears are a good team, but there are a lot of counters.
They're better on offense. Yeah, there's too many counters for them.
Definitely awesome on offense.
I mean, a lot of teams can beat the Ewoks when they're on defense. It's just a fact. What makes the Ewoks so good is when a player's playing them on offense. When that's always the player's always better than the AI. But in this case, the AI does some strange stuff with Ewoks just because they have so many abilities and they attack the weirdest target. I don't know how they've got it programmed, but with a player with really good geared Ewoks, they can really, really just kick the crap out of a lot of teams. So, but yeah. Next question.
RSG Vormax question: is there a date for the release of the new season of Clone Wars animated series? No. The only thing that we have is late 2019. Presumably around the same time that the Disney Plus streaming service comes around.
Look at Sam scooping questions and answering them. That is fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Kipper Snack question: how did Ranger's opponent do against him in Grand Arena?
I mean, we go back and recap it again. Because I screwed up on Revan. I have to go back here. He wasn't very efficient, but he did enough to get the win because I got stuck. So Bounty Hunters held well. The Night Sister team had 2 defenses. And then the Palpatine team had two defenses. So typically, when you look at defense like that, you're like, yes. So if I had beaten Revan, it would have been over. Just plain and simple. But I made boo-boos, and this is what happens. He didn't have to be efficient. He just had to get through. It wasn't about points. It was about the zones at that point. So, and he cleared north, and I cleared south. So he ended up getting more points. If I had cleared north and run a problem in the south, he would have been in a lot more trouble because he would have had to been more efficient. So it's a learning lesson. So, yeah, unfortunately.
Proper catch. Question: if I want to make a second Zeta Basti team, who should I use to replace her for the Revan team?
Plo Koon, man. Plo Koon's really becoming a character that people are using for mirror matches because in his basic, he dispels. I mean, there's just no way around it. I mean, Plo Koon is that guy. I'm almost tempted to take him up to higher gear and just start using him. I mean, I think mine's gear 9. But it's not that I don't have the gear. I'm just being really scared about using it, So, but Plo Koon,
So it might be worthwhile gearing him up because he does have a really, really good ship.
He does. Mine's gear
so
9.
It would benefit more than just the character.
I could take him to gear 10 right now.
But then again, his ship is also a reinforcement, so you don't really need him glitched up. But something to think about.
I will upgrade that ability though.
Darth Cyan 1972. Question: what is the order of farming and Zeta priority for the Kira Stull team? I want to work on them after I finish the Old Republic.
Vandor Chewbacca.
Yep.
You want him gear 12 with his Zeta.
Yep.
And then you want L337 gear 12. She doesn't need a Zeta. And then
you don't need the Zeta on Kira or L3. I like the Zeta on mission, so I put it on her. You can see my Vandor and my mission are both gear 12. I can take Kira and Vandor and L3 if I wanted to, because I could farm those pieces easily to gear 12 again. But I'm hoarding, so whatever I have left over, I will. So whatever this Revan is that's coming out, or whatever this character this month that we think is coming, I'm going to have all the gear for that. Whatever I've left over should be enough to gear these other characters to gear 12, at least 1 or 2 of them. So, but I'm holding on their gear 11. I wanted Mission Zalbar to be gear 12, but yeah, that's kind of the priority for gear. I agree.
Luke Thyrocker. Question: why does my Houndstooth land breach 10% of the time and my opponents hit 99%?
Because that's just RNG, baby. Sorry, brother.
Well, that's how they're coded as well. Like how an opposing team's TIE fighter pilot will dodge everything and yours doesn't.
Right. I think they had said something back in here a while ago about how they made the AI a little bit more stronger for players and stuff.
Yeah, like they increased specific stats on defensive AI rather. So yeah, artificial toughness.
RSG Vormax. Question: a friend of mine got a crit chance set triangle, crit damage primary, 16 speed, crit chance, offense, and some health secondaries. His mod godlike or just pretty good? Note, he is new in free-to-play.
16 speed. I don't know the level of the mod, though. 5A. You know, if it could be sliced, then yeah, that's a pretty damn good mod. If you had a chance to increase that speed into the 20s, then that'd be a god mod. If it's already maxed out at 5A and a 16, it's a really good mod. But per triangle, that's actually pretty damn good because of the crit chance and having that much speed on it. Pretty solid.
Yeah, that's definitely a keeper.
Oh yeah.
Doya-san. Question: should I fluff my roster to take my clones from Gear 1 level 50 to Gear 8 level 85 just for territory war bonuses?
I would.
That's a tough call.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, they're a pain in the ass in territory wars. I'm getting ready to do another territory war with the clones and the the Geonosians, but I wouldn't. Because where else are you going to use them? You just fluffed your GP for a territory war. We don't know when it's going to come back. If they're going to use night, they're going to give clones bonuses moving forward, and when they are going to use them. And then the other thing is you're not going to use them really anywhere. I mean, Rex and 5, sure. Rex and 5s are pieces you can put on any team, a lot of teams, and use them, especially Rex. But the rest of the clones, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, if you don't already have them geared, I wouldn't.
Yeah, there's a lot of other higher
Save
priorities.
those resources for characters that'll give you more
bang for the buck and longer.
Like the Kira Stall team.
Sure. See, you're going to use that a hell of a lot more than you're going to use the clones or First Order or bounty hunters. I mean, we can go down the list.
Chewy, question: how do you quantify fluff GP and how fluffy you actually are?
It's real simple. When you look at it, so when you look at characters in the GP, so let's compare like we just did with me and John. We're at the same GP basically. However, he has way less gear 12s, way less, his mods aren't as solid. He has more characters that are 7-star, damn near 85 than I do. So it's about, my roster consists of characters for my squads and stuff that I use that are geared and maxed, and that's how I have my GP. His is based off some characters like that, but all his characters get like gear 7, gear 8, like 75 to 85, that he's not going to use. He's in the same bracket with me with less gear 12s and just less everything. He has some of the same characters I do, but he is nowhere near the level that I am. I mean, his Revan alone speaks for itself. Now, he could just need mods. But if you look at the roster, he doesn't have Treya. He doesn't have a lot of things. And the teams that he does have, we have some of the same matchups, but he doesn't, all his stuff in the secondary, all those gear 7s and 8s that are 85 are going to do nothing for him. They have no chance against any of my teams when we're facing one another. So it's, that's how you kind of measure GP. When we look at somebody's rosters, I mean, the one we just looked at with Atomic, I mean, his roster is leaner and better than poor John's, because it's focused on the teams that he's going to use. The GP is only based off characters that he's using, that is gear 12, that are solid characters, that are pillar characters. It's not thrown on stuff like Mob Enforcer, who you will never ever use, or any of those other characters that just do nothing for you. So, I mean, GP is great in territory battles, but other than that, it ain't doing anything else for you. It puts you in a bracket higher than you should be. Basically, it puts you in a bracket higher than you should be. And you can see the difference. It's like night and day between a character that's lean, its GP is focused, it's on characters and gear and everything, and one that's just, I just have it, I put it everywhere. Who do you think's going to win? It's just that simple.
Skywalker Vader, question: my Revens is speed at 285.
Mm-hmm.
What is considered a good speed for him?
Anything over 300.
Mm-hmm.
It's the 300. So your mods, you can get into, I can't remember his base speed with the 2 gear 12 pieces, but you want them over 300. Any over 300 puts you in that upper echelon. Typically, you see people that get them over 300 do pretty damn well. Anything below, you can still do decently, but it's a little bit harder to do. Not 202.
I forget. Does GG put the gear 12 plus pieces into factor with the base speed? I don't think it does it?
I don't know.
Neil Iyer, question: will we see a Jedi Knight Rey before a Jedi Knight Luke? Taking into account the release of Episode 9 in December of this year.
It's highly possible.
I
mean,
well, we don't even know if she is going to become a Jedi Knight.
We don't know, but I mean, if she is, she's going to be a character that they use to sell product. So, I mean, that's marketing 101. Wouldn't it be badass if she did turn dark side? Oh my god.
That might actually make the movie good this time. No, I'm just kidding. But that would be cool if she went dark side, because
it'd be kind of cool. Maybe a little twist.
It would be nice to get a dark side story one of these days. But I don't know. I doubt they're gonna make her a Jedi, because like the Last Jedi is gone.
Yeah. We'll see. Well, we'll see what happens. But if I had that, would they do something with Rey before Luke? Yeah, I think so. I think they're holding on Jedi Luke.
Who knows? They might drop both of them at the same time.
Who knows?
Be like, oh, surprise!
Surprise, mother.
You know, episode 9. Here's Rey and Luke.
Sure.
Well, if she is technically the last Jedi, wouldn't she just go straight from? She just skip Jedi Knight and just go Jedi Master?
No, you have to get to a certain level of the Force. It's not just power; it's knowledge too.
It's training.
Yeah, it's
knowledge and training.
It's a maturity.
But, yeah, but she's not the last Jedi. Luke was.
No, she was the last Jedi. I think she is, but what I've seen from the sites that I get quibs from YouTube, that she's still going to be the good guy, but who knows with these movies? It's all speculation and rumor. I mean, good Lord, she could become a Bendo for Christ's sakes. She's a great Jedi.
Chaikin, question: what teams do Ewoks beat well?
First Order. They could pretty much, if they're geared and stuff. I've seen them beat pretty much. The only thing I haven't seen or heard is Revan, but I'm pretty sure anything else is fair game with them. But they're so gear and Zeta dependent, it's ridiculous. But who did videos on this? I know that there's been videos about the Ewoks beating all the meta teams, like JTR, First Order, Bounty Hunters. I mean, they can do it because once the Ewoks get going and you're controlling them and they're geared and everything and have their Zetas, they're a nasty little bunch of murder bears. That's why they're called the murder bears. I mean, people I know in MC use Ewoks on offense to clear out zones like that. I'm going in with my Ewoks. Okay, have fun. I won. So I don't think they had no shot against Revan.
It would be hilarious to watch them try, though.
Trey is hard, but I know people that have done it, but it's the RNG and things are in favor of the Sith team. But a lot of the other teams they can beat, absolutely. I mean, that doesn't shock me one bit.
Kashmir, question for speed. Usually you look at minimum 10 to 15 speed secondary and 20 plus as God mod status. What are those numbers for offense secondary?
Base offense is 100 plus, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Percentage is 5 plus.
5%.
Yeah, but you have to get into 60. They'll pop to. That's why Finn mentioned that the secondaries really don't pop until you get to 6A or 6E. I'm sorry.
6E.
And because then you get a huge bump from the offense, and you just see them go way up there. So that's why you see Yodas with 6A mods with offense. It's like, uh-oh.
Ski Trooper, question: why is CG continuing to provide players with a disincentive to build their collection? Seems to increase players' gear / resource hoards, making them need to spend less when something new comes.
Okay, so let's address this. So, for us older players, yeah, that's the case. But we're only a small percentage of the player base. Most of the player base, 80%, are newer, haven't been playing as long, and don't have access to a lot of stuff that we do, so they're going to spend money. Even there's a lot of whales that are just starting off that are going to spend money because they want these characters, or when they start, they're like, what do I need to do to get these characters? So when you see a whale account that's like 3 million for a player that just started like 4 or 5 months ago, you know it right off the bat that they've spent a lot of money, because it's like they've got the top end characters and have farmed what they needed and got the resources to get the characters where they needed to, but the rest of the roster is non-existent. So you have to think in that sense. Yeah, me and Finn and a lot of you guys that watch this, our rosters we're hoarding because we've reached that point. We've spent money in the past. We've reached a level. We'll spend money here and there for some of us, and we'll do what needs to be done for characters. But like the bigger player base is not where we're at. You know, they're
You've
still
spent
farming
money in the past, and now you know better.
Well, yeah, I mean, someone asked like, "Are you ever gonna do chromiums again?" Like, there's no point in me doing chromiums again. I've got every character in the game unlocked. It's just about farming stars now. You know, it's not about buying things. And why would I buy things? Because I'm getting so much stuff. I mean, I'm hoarding because I choose to hoard. Because I want to be ready for Revan. I'm farming the characters like I normally would. I'm farming Bastila, I'm farming Ordo, I'm farming Karth, and I'm farming Johnny. But I'm saving up my crystals because I know that pack's coming when they drop that bomb on, for Darth Revan. But I've gotten that position, but a lot of people are not in the position that I'm in, able to do this. Most of the players cannot do that. They're still farming pillars and stuff. If they want Darth Revan, especially to lower the GP, they're going to have to spend. No matter how much time CG gives them and even if they can get Revan, we saw this too. To get Darth Revan 7 stars, they may be at gear 8 for a while because they have to go get the gear for it. So there's two ways that they get you. It's either through star level, getting characters farmed for that, which you're going to have to either invest in time and save and then hoard and then buy, or gear. Same scenario.
That's like for me. I'm farming hardcore trying to get regular Revan, and it's gonna be awesome when I unlock him, and then I remember that crap, I still have to gear him, so I'm only gonna be able to gear him to like 7
right
when I first get him, and then I got grind gear to get him up to 12.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a long slog after that.
Yeah, I mean, so good luck. I mean, it's just the nature of the beast. So. All right, next question.
Proper catch. Question: I get anywhere from top 20 to 50 in Squad Arena. I get top 10 in Fleet, sitting on about 4,300 crystals. Should I be buying new Old Republic shards or just keep slow rolling them?
I'd say keep farming like you're doing for them and save those crystals so when they do drop the packs and stuff and a surprise, here comes this new character, you'll be prepared and able to buy those packs.
Yeah.
Should you need them. You might spend all your crystals farming right now and get your characters done only to find out that the character's not coming for another couple of months. And you wasted potential crystals on shards you could have just farmed for free.
Yeah, and it also depends on how far you are.
Yeah.
That too.
Malin87 question: did any of you use Nest or beat super clones in Territory Wars? What was your tenacity / speed / offense / health and protection? Did you use anybody as leader?
To beat clones?
With Nest.
I did not. I went in with a Treya team. I didn't beat clones with Nest and the Territory Wars.
Man, those clones, man, they were so powerful, man.
Mm-hmm. Trade team's a good counter. I mean, your top meta teams can't handle it. The one team that, oh my god, the Geonosians completely threw us last round. I mean, when they're testing it, I was like, oh my god, what is this? I don't ever want to do that again. But now that I face it and I kind of know what it's going to happen and what to do, yeah. But they are scary, both of those teams. But if you have the teams, then you can beat it. It's not that hard. They're just more of a pain in the ass. So, yeah. Ooh, God. Just reliving that nightmare. I won my match against the Geos, but I was like, I don't ever want to face that again. It's like, oh my God, what is this? Please, God, no.
When your Gear 11, Gear 12 team gets completely annihilated by a Gear 7
awful.
squad of Geos, it really does not make you feel good.
No. No, it does not. I mean, I got lucky. I one-shotted both the teams that I faced, but they're scary because you got to be on top of your game or you're going to get crushed. There's just no way around it. Nasty, nasty. Just nasty. God damn
But
it.
you have to be very careful because if they reach turn 3, 2 of your dudes were gonna die,
Yeah.
and there was nothing you could do about it.
Oh my god.
Eil Selena's question: best defenses for today's last round. Already said Bounty Hunters, Karth Kotor, Night Sisters, Kira, and it says PO, but I'm guessing he means FO for first order.
That's good.
Need 2 more LOL help.
You have a choice. You can either put 2 fluff in the back and keep everything for offense and try to be more efficient, or you can put like one of your teams down, like your Trey or your Revan. But you would need to scout out your opponent and see where they are with those teams. So it's kind of hard to say. But if they do have them and they're better, you probably want to keep yours on offense, just in case they put them down on defense. You can control and have a good chance of beating it. If not, then you just put, if that's the case, it depends. Look at the roster, see what you need to do. But if you just want to be offensive minded, those teams you put on already are really good, and he's going to have to use meta teams to beat those anyway. So if he puts his meta teams on defense, I'd rather keep it on offense and beat them in your situation. Just put like a Phoenix team down or something like that he's got to, and keep your best stuff. That's what I would recommend.
Proper catch. Question: has the community decided what the optimal team for the Geos in Territory War are?
I have no idea. I know what team I use, and I'm not sharing. Because my guild would kill me.
Yeah, when you find out one that you're willing to share, let us know.
Yeah,
Because I sure would like to know.
And people in the chat are saying Captain Phasma lead.
Right, yeah, you go with that. Yeah, go with that.
I don't know about that one.
No.
All right, and that was the last question.
Oh, wow. Well, look what we did, guys. We got through another stream, did a good job. We got to the end and stuff. And yay. All right, so Saintly, you got another gaming session coming up today, right?
Yep, I'm going to be playing Resident Evil 2 again today, but this time with a ton of mods, including a first-person perspective mod.
Ooh. So, and we're going to do that at, 2 o'clock?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Eastern time.
Word. Okay, so with that being said, let's wrap it up. Now, for Grand Arena, we'll look at this tomorrow. I don't see this guy beating my teams. If he does, I'll do my offense tomorrow during lunch. It'll be quick. Don't ask me about Vince Hill or Vinfinity. If they're doing something, I don't know when they're going to do it, or if they're going to stream it, or what they're going to do. Don't ask me. Ask them. I have no inside information. So 2 o'clock we'll do game. Saintly will do his game session. I'll set it up here after we get done here. If you guys could give us a thumbs up on the video, it really does help spread our content out to the YouTube world. It does support the channel tremendously. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. We do a lot of live streaming, and there's a lot of different stuff for you guys. We did our D&D campaign yesterday, which was a lot of fun. People are enjoying that. If you haven't checked out our ACS campaign, please do. You can see on the bottom there where we're at and where we need to get. We are going to have on the 30th of March another big stream. I would like to get to the goal before then. These 12-hour streams suck the life out of me. I enjoy them immensely because it's hanging out with you guys all day, but my God, am I a zombie for the next 2 days afterwards. Especially because Finn's like, let's do another stream. I'm like, you son of a... and then check out our Patreon. We love our Patreon supporters. They keep the channel going. They keep me alive. Keep me going. So there's that. And then we got the Amazon wishlist stuff. You guys can check all that crap out. So with that, thank you guys for hanging out with us today at the lunch stream. Have a great rest of your Monday. And we will holler at you later. And stay tuned for more stuff. Peace out.